Svena, their own. Dharmena, by occupation. Janai, by the people. Varnashrama, the system of 8 social order. Anvitai, who follow. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Please listen. The king is supposed to be pious, in whose state and cities the general populace strictly observe the system of 8 social orders of Varna and Ashrama, and where all citizens engage in worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead by their particular occupation. Purport. The state's duty and the citizen's duty are very nicely explained in this verse. The activities of the government head or king, as well as the activities of the citizens, should be so directed that ultimately everyone engages in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The king or government head is supposed to be the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and is therefore supposed to see that things go on nicely and that the citizens are situated in the scientific social order comprises of 4 Varnas and 4 Ashrama. In the Vishnu Purana, it is stated that unless people are educated or situated in the scientific social order comprised of 4 Varna, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Sudra, and 4 Ashrama, Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa, society can never be considered real human society, nor can it make any advancements towards the ultimate goal of human life. It is the duty of the government to see that the things go on in terms of Varna and Ashrama, as stated herein, Bhagavan Yajna Purushaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the Yajna Purusha. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. Krishna is the ultimate purpose of all sacrifice. He is also the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Therefore, he is known as Yajna Purusha. The word Yajna Purusha indicates Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna or any personality of Godhead in the category of Vishnu Tattva. In perfect human society, people are situated in the orders of Varna and Ashrama and are engaged in worshipping Lord Vishnu by their respective activities. Every citizen engaged in the occupation renders service by the resultant actions of his activities, that is the perfection of life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 18.46, Yada pravartair bhutanam yena sarvam itam tatam swakarmanatam abhyacharya siddhim vintati manava. Please repeat. Yata pravartair bhutanam yena sarvam itam tatam swakarmanatam abhyacharya siddhim vintati manava. By worship of Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, man can, in the performance of his own duty, attain perfection. Thus, the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Shudra and Vaishya must execute their prescribed duties as these duties are stated in the Shastra. In this way, everyone can satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. The king or the government head has to see that the citizens are thus engaged. In other words, the state or the government must not deviate from its duty by declaring that the state is a secular one, which has no interest in whether or not the people advance in Varnashrama Dharma. Today, people engaged in government service and people who rule over the citizen have no respect for the Varnashrama Dharma. They complacently feel that the state is secular. In such a government, no one can be happy. The people must follow the Varnashrama Dharma, and the king must see that they are following it nicely. Srila Prabhupada ki Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshor Unmilitam Yena Tashmaya Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tada Deswapatandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Shakrajadam Sagagana Raghunathanvidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Ridaj Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvidam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dhinabandho Jagatpade Gobesha Gobika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Stude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpadarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudirayeed Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavada Sevaya Bhagavade Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavadi Naishtike Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Koba Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. This verse purely explains about the importance of Varnashrama Dharma. And Prabhupada explained it needs to be strictly followed in the purport based on the Shastra and based on various other Purana. In Vishnu Purana, how it mentioned the importance of Varnashrama Dharma. When looking at that, I listened to some of the lectures of the Acharyas, and they given some of the nice quote. And I did Google yesterday, and then I read that topic, how Varnashrama Dharma is started reducing from India, where it is started, up to which year it was 100% Pakka, fully people following Varnashrama Dharma. If you Google it in a name of Thomas Bobbington Macaulay, he is the person responsible for Indian education system from British Parliament. He given the report to British Parliament on 2nd February 1835. 2nd February 1835. This has been discussed in British Parliament. Thomas Bobbington Macaulay addresses British Parliament in 2nd February 1835. Minister is in charge of Indian education system. I have travelled all over India. There is no beggar, there is no thief, high moral values, high caliber, such a wealthy state I never ever seen anywhere in the world. I don't think we can conquer this country unless we break the backbone of this country, which is cultural heritage, Sanatana Dharma. Keeping explaining a few more things. Therefore, I recommend to replace and dismantle the current Indian education system based on Gurukula system in the entire country with our British education system, so that it is easy for us to conquer and rule over that country. You can Google is this one, it is there exactly from the Google I copied. This is the minister in charge of Indian education and represented in the British Parliament. So what it is mean is, so if you want to rule the backbone of this country is the Gurukula system and Sanatana Dharma. And the state is such a wealthy state, no beggar, no thief, high moral values. That is what happened until 2nd February 1835. So thereafter they started doing all the things. That is the one of the key point I want to explain for relating to this verse. So now we can recap what we discussed so far in this particular chapter, which is section 1, text 1 to 6, Vena's atrocity. Second, section 2, 7 to 13, next 7 verse. Concerned sages plan to meet Vena and pacify him. Section 3, text 14 to 22, the sages try to pacify Vena. That is where we are here now. Next section, 23 to 28, Vena's arrogant reply to the sages. Next, 29 to 35, the sages kill Vena. Sunita preserve his dead body with mantras. Section 6, 36 to 41, the sages observe disturbance in the kingdom. Finally, section 7, text 42 46, the sages churn worms thigh to produce Bakuha. And then what happened after that? See, when they churn the thigh, the bad portion of the couple, Vena and Sunita. So, what is mentioned in the purport, it says that the Sunita part looks like it's a bad one. That's why first they churned that part from the thigh, Bakuha came. Next they churned the arms. From churning that, the sages got Prithu Maharaj and Archie. That is the next chapter. This is what the story of this particular chapter. See, what we discussed so far is, this is the chapter division. So, this is the discussion between Vidura and Maitreya Muni. That is what the whole episode is going about from the previous chapter, other chapters. It is the discussion of Vidura and Maitreya Rishi about so many topics. Now the one of the topic is Vena. Before that, King Anga left home, leaving his kingdom and his wife, and he left in the midnight without noticing anyone. And they say that leaving the kingdom, leaving the wife is a blessings of the Lord. That is why he left. And also he said, to get that also is a blessing. To leave is also more blessing. That is what we discussed last week or week before. And then what we also discussed is destiny, created by ourselves based on our past activity. There are lot of energy of the Lord noting down your activity. That is our karma. And the results can given according to our karma. If you have matured enough to understand, then you will take the right decision. Otherwise, we will blame others. Whatever we are getting, it is based on our karma. That is our destiny. That is where we got it. Even living in this material world itself, our karma, we came here. Now, instead of blaming others, we have to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How we can go back to Godhead, that is our aim. Why we came, who is doing what, that is all none of our business. Keep mouth shut and then we have to do what we are supposed to do, chant and be happy. That is what we discussed earlier. Anything else anybody want to add? Other points, what we discussed last week? When dharma is followed always, we can get auspicious things. In the olden days, people always say that act according to Shastra so that we won't get negative impact of the material world. Devotees in the material world, they are physically in the material world, but their consciousness in the spiritual world. Hence, they won't suffer totally, free from material world. So here the thing is, so we are in the material world, but we are entangled in that material world. We should know how to come out of the entanglement so that we can go back to Godhead. Here the key thing is how much we are interested to leave the attachment. I don't want this, I am happy with chanting. I am in the full chanting mood. I am in the Nama Smaran. My next aim is I am going to the Leela Smaran. I don't bother about anything, no prasadam, I don't want this today breakfast, no. I am looking for my chanting and Nama Smaran and Leela Smaran. Like that. So when you interested to detach from material thing, automatically you will attach to the spiritual thing. That is the one of the key thing we have so far discussed. Now we can come back to this particular verse. What the key takeaway? What is the importance of Varnashrama? How Varnashrama has been started reducing, and who is behind that Varnashrama? You know that, you can Google it, it is there in the Google. I listened some lecture yesterday, then I checked in the internet space and it is clearly mentioned the date also. This is the date, it is given in the British Parliament. How that once you demolish this system, then only you can conquer the entire country, we can take their wealth. That is what happened from 1835. And before that, you know that from British, Muslim, the Mughal rules, you know that they all destroyed the Nalanda University, so many highly knowledgeable university where the plenty of things was there, all the written scripts and everything, that were put on fire. That fire went on more than a month. That much the spiritual resources has been destroyed. Even then, we still have plenty. That means imagine how much we have. Okay. Come back to this verse. Why we have to follow the Sanatana Dharma? What is our social and occupational duty? See, they said 4 Varna and 4 Ashrama and they have to do respective duties. Even in the current world, if you go to the office, there is a managing director, and there is some director, some manager, some staff. Staff will get the order from the manager. Manager get the order from the director. Director get the order from managing director. So it is again say 4 order is there in a different fashion, that's it. And the administrative staff, maybe you can say that you like a Sudra, they have to execute the order of the manager. Maybe they are Kshatriya, Vaishya. And then Kshatriya, director, they will dictate, we have to finish this one this week, this is our target, you have to finish this one. And then top boss, I don't know what you do, this has to be complete today. ETA, today close of business. So we are also having this one, the system now, but in a different way. But effectively, here what say that is, Brahmana came, they mentioned in the purport, they came from mouth, Kshatriya from arms, and Shudra is from the thighs. Like that they mentioned in the Shastra. So the Brahmana is the one who advises the king. So that is the key thing that we have to note it down, that they are the position to understand the Shastra and tell the king that this is the right thing to do and this is not right to do. So when we get initiation or when we come to the Krishna consciousness, we try to learn first slowly, start from Mahamantra, and then what we have to follow the 4 regulatory principles. Don't do this, don't do that, do's and don'ts we used to do, and then we have to strictly follow 10 Vaishnava aparat. That is one of the key thing we have to follow in order to elevate to the next level. So that is why the don'ts is very, very important, that we should not do 10 Vaishnava aparat. That is the key thing. Okay. Here what Prabhupada said in the purport, civilized human beings follow the Varnashrama Dharma system, Varnashrama Dharma and Varnashrama system, and elevate their consciousness. That is the only way you can elevate the consciousness. It is the best way to please the Lord. You have to do your job based on your Varnashrama. If you are not doing your job, that's why Krishna also say in Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, you are a Kshatriya, you have to fight, you have to establish Dharma, it is your duty. So like that, here we have to do our duty based on our Varnashrama. The duty of Kshatriya king is to make sure that Varnashrama system is in place in the kingdom, which creates lots of piety to the king. The system is created by Shastra, and even Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So, Brahmana coming from mouth, Kshatriya from arms, Vaishya from thighs, and Shudra from feet. Division of labor as per system, Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya and Shudra, disciplined to do their respective duties, and societies is harmonious. If we look at it in Mahabharata war, Bhishma Pitamahar explained a lot of things to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Things, what to do, what not to do, and so many things. Even he also recited Vishnu Sahasranamam. But if you look at all his conversation between Yudhishthira Maharaj and Bhishma Pitamahar, many of them, more than 50% related to Varnashrama Dharma. That is the key thing in the key talk between Bhishma Pitamahar and Yudhishthira Maharaj. That is the key about Varnashrama Dharma only. Majority of the talk is Varnashrama. This is the way you got to do, Yudhishthira. This is the way you got to do, and you should not do that. And finally, only they are asking question about Kali Yuga is going to come, and what people can do. It is very difficult. Then only he recited Vishnu Sahasranamam in front of Krishna. That is the beauty of Vishnu Sahasranamam. Can you please repeat after me? Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Who recited this? This is Lord Shiva. Bhishma Pitamahar recited Vishnu Sahasranamam. This is after Vishnu Sahasranamam. Parvati asking, Parvati Parameshwaran, both are discussing. Parvati asking to Lord Shiva, Parvati Vacha, Kenopayena Laguna Vishnor Nama Sahasraram Pattider Pandider Nityam Shrodu Yachamyaham Prabhu. Parvati asking to Shiva, in Kali Yuga, how people can remember 1008 name. You can give me some shortcut, slow, simple thing. For that, Isharo vacha Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sakasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. Shiva told to Parvati, this everyone can follow. If you don't have time, if you are not able to follow, recite this verse 3 times. That also equivalent to Vishnu Sahasranamam. So people, the Lord and demigods are very merciful towards us. Okay, you have 5 minutes, you can do this. You have half an hour, you do full Vishnu Sahasranamam. That is the thing. So they have given lot of choices for you, according to your convenience, according to your availability of time, you do that. So the key thing is, what I noticed, when people have Shraddha, they used to chant, and by chanting you will get the taste. Once you get the little taste, then you will go further. So look at it, this kind of 2 line, the Mula Mantra, we used to say Mula Mantra. If you look at the for Vishnu, we say Om Namo Narayanaya Vitmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Dannor Vishnu Prachodayad. This is coming from Rig Veda. It under the heading Suktani. This is called Narayana Suktam. Narayana Suktam has some 12-13 sloka. This is the last one. This is a summary. If a person has full time, it gets 4 minutes. You can recite the entire Narayana Suktam. If you are not able to do entire Narayana Suktam, you can do these 2 lines. The same thing for Durga Devi, we used to say 2 lines, and that is coming from Durga Suttam. If you have time, chant Durga Suttam, otherwise do this only 1 line. Om Katyayanaya Vitmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Dannor Durgai Prachodayad. Again, this is coming under Rig Veda. This is Durga Devi is our controller of this earth planet. We go to worship our Durga Devi, because once you get the mercy of Durga, she will allow you to leave from this jail, this material world. You can get the mercy of the Durga Devi under the lead. Say that you pray Vishnu, also pray, I want to live with your permission, Durga Devi, recite this. You feel relaxed. Okay, I got the mercy blessing from the controller of here, and I am going there. Like that, there are n number of sloka is there. The sloka has, everything has 2 lines there, and after that, if you want to read everything, it takes 5 minutes. Otherwise, 1 minute. You have to decide which one want to do. First, try to learn few things, taste it, then go further. Then you can recite everything. That is the beauty of our scriptures. Even if you go to Purushottam, the same thing. If you tasted once, tasted twice, then you taste every day. That is the beauty of our scriptures. Same thing, nectar of instruction. You chant once, twice, then you will get the taste. Then you do every day. That is the beauty of our scriptures. Coming back to this particular sloka, the origin of Sanatana Dharma is from India. We already discussed where it come, how we started diminishing the Sanatana Dharma. Now, if you look at it, there are a lot of controversy, politicians talk different things, and this is the way, that and all. But the good thing is, now ISKCON and other spiritual organization, they are start bringing back the Gurukula education system. They are also bringing back the Sanatana Dharma system. And thereby, they can please the Lord. And if you look at it in ISKCON, also Gurukula system is established already. People are going there and then learning the Shastras. Same thing, lot of Veda Padasala is there in almost all part of the India. And they are learning the Vedas. They are starting from Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, everything people are started learning that. So they are reviving the last whatever the thing lost from the 1835 onwards, they are bringing it back. But it will take time to regain that, but certainly it will come back again with the mercy of Lord. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki. You can read in the Google, if you put that Thomas Bobbington Macaulay, what he presented in British Parliament, that you can see. If you look at it, when the conversation between Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami Maharaj told to Prabhupada, please distribute this knowledge to Western world. You know English, you can go and preach this thing to Western world. And then people know that, some British men asked questions to Prabhupada, why you come here, the all things, You took a lot of wealth from India, but you forgot to take this knowledge. So I am giving back this knowledge to you. You forgot to take this knowledge. My Guru Maharaj told me to give this knowledge to Western, that's why I came. Like that. So we learned that knowledge, we are giving this knowledge back to Western world. That is a beauty. Even though they dismantle the entire structure, and we want to give it back to everyone, whole world. That is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami informed to Prabhupada, please distribute to the Western world. That is the another key thing from this verse, that how the Acharya is merciful to the entire population. What is our Sanatana Dharma? What is our duty? How we can place how we can please the Lord? Where you are locating? What is your occupational duty? Why we are suffering here? This is our destiny we came, it is our own fault. Never ever blame others. You take responsibility for your action. For your action, the Lord given this thing. Now blaming others will take you nowhere. Our thing is, we have to go back. For that we have to take action. What action you have to take? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How this Hladini potency of the Lord, the pleasure giving potency of the Lord, make you to realize, I am not to be in this material world, I have to go back to my Godhead. All your past impressions stored in your chitta, by chanting more, again and again, your chitta, past impression all cleansed, you are ready to take off. That is our ultimate aim. Don't blame anybody. So we are here based on our destiny. We should not blame anyone. We should not blame Kamsari Prabhu. We should not blame anyone. And we have to chant one Maha Mantra to Kamsari Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is the key thing. So if you get anger, don't get any angry. Just be cool, chant nicely, Radhe Radhe. Just started. This is a Hladini potency, intelligent Lord. I want to chant. I want to get out from this material world instead of getting angry with anyone. No, that is not my job. See, the thing is, whenever we get anger, what will happen? First thing will happen is, you will forget. You will forget what you do. Even in the material world, if you get angry, what will you do? You forget what you are supposed to do. Then after some time, you will remember, oh gosh, मैं भूल गया. Time हो गया अभी. Like that you will say. So, it is the first thing we should avoid getting into angry. Even for that, for material survival, for material prosperity, you have to chant. So that, but I am not telling you that you have to chant material thing, but you want to lead, elevate to a Krishna conscious level, chant nicely. Make sure that you chant, you hear. That is, inviting Lord, associating with the Lord, thereby you are getting full benefit. and you are in Namasparan. At the same time, my aim is, next level is Leela Smaran. I am going to enjoy the Leela Smaran as well. That is, I am progressing towards that level. So once we get into that kind of a thing, we never ever too much worry about this particular material world. I don't care. My aim is different. My duty is different. I am here based on my destiny. Any doubt so far? Bhaskar Prabhu? Hare Krishna. And one more thing I want to say here, what is the reason for this kind of, what is the difference? Our culture, what is presented in the British Parliament in 1835, and at that time what is there in the Western world, what is there in the Indian world. Here the key thing is, the culture is based on the spiritual motives. Everything based on Shastra, Sanatana Dharma. It is spiritual centric, God centric. Whereas that one is body centric. Enjoy. Weekend is only for us to enjoy. As long as Friday, I want to go to the pub, I want to drink as much as I can. It's all body centric. Whereas we have to do, oh, this time is there, I can read more Bhagavatam, I can do extra round of chanting. That way we used to think. That is, one is material body centric and this is the spirit centric. That is the key difference between the Western culture and the Indian culture. Whatever culture it is, doesn't matter, but we have to keep that we are not this body, we are the spirit soul. We are not supposed to be in the material world. The spirit soul has to go back to Godhead. That keep in mind, and our job is to please the Lord within us, Paramatma within us. That's why some people say that I went to this temple, oh gosh, I felt so blissful. Because his focus only on Lord, only he present in the temple movement. He never ever think about others. He never ever think about anything external world. That's why he is in bliss. You can get the same bliss anywhere and everywhere as long as you focus on what you do. Even if you do one round of chanting, sitting one corner nicely and thinking about Krishna, then the same thing you will get it. The olden days, elder people, they do the same thing, sitting in the Kaveri river, sit nicely, comfortably. They meditate on Krishna in the chest. And they meditate on this the same thing. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And some people, they do Om Namo Narayanaya Vitmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Dhannor Vishnu Prachodayad. The same people, they do in the evening Lakshmi worship. Either they do Sri Suktam, the entire Sri Suktam will take 6 minutes, or if you don't, only 2 lines. What is the 2 lines? Anyone? Om Mahadevye cha Vitmahe Vishnu Patnye cha Dhimahi Dhannor Lakshmi Prachodayad. They used to worship in the evening Lakshmi always, and with the flowers, and chanting this mantra. There are few other mantras also there, and they do meditate on Lakshmi on the evening every day. Morning they do meditation on Lord Vishnu by sitting yogic posture and meditating on with this mantra, keeping the Lord in the chest and meditate nicely. And you can see the pronunciation, even though they do very slowly, and the sound vibration you can see, oh gosh, it is amazing. The way in which they chant is excellent. That is the olden days which I used to see walk on the river bank. So I can see that people are what they are doing and observe what they are doing in the morning, what they are doing in the evening, and that is the culture. And that is the worship they do. And they do every day, all the 365 days, no public holiday, no Saturday, Sunday, they do routine. There is no change at all. If they go some other place, even in that place, he will sit and do in the morning and evening. This is the worship we have to do. We have to follow our culture. We have to follow our dharma. We have to follow whatever established by Acharya on a regular basis. Our job is be in Krishna consciousness. Whatever you do, be Krishna centric. It is there also in the what you call second sloka, Sadushloki. Rite ritam yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidyat atmano mayam yada bhasho yada tamaha. Whatever you do, if it is not in relation to me, it is of no use. Chaturshloki, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu speaking to Lord Brahma. So, what I say, whatever you do, if it is not relation to me, it is of no use, it is useless. So, we have to keep in mind that whatever I am doing, it is Krishna centric. Nothing is outside of Krishna. That is the key purpose of our day-to-day life. Chant and be happy. And here they establish the importance of Varnashrama system, how it is started in India, what is happened those days under Varnashrama system, that has been presented in the British Parliament, how people are nice, happy, and how it is degraded from that plane to now. Now we are keeping back to Varnashrama and Gurukula system. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagwan ki. Happy to take any questions. Any doubts, clarification? Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay.
So, can you please advise on an online source of modified copy of Sri Vishnu Purana that quite often Srila Prabhupada quotes in his sermons?
You want Vishnu Purana?
Online source of a modified copy of Vishnu Purana.
Usually, Prabhu, tell me, what is the, which one? You know? Ask him. He is the great Vishnu person. Okay. I will check for you. I read, but I don't know which this is from which person. Usually from who is that? That is from the Srirangam person. What is the name? Sridhar Swamigal one is quite good. Vishnu, I will tell you. I will check and come back to you. That one. So you want what you want is the authorized copy of Vishnu Purana. Okay, I'll come back to you. But anyone say thing is basically all written by Vedavesar. And many of the Acharya given the purport and other explanation. But you can take anything from ISKCON Parampara. Anybody who from ISKCON Parampara, more or less everything same. So you can take it anybody from who are come from ISKCON Parampara is good. That's what my suggestion. But if you want specific one, I will come back to you in next week or after next month. Next question.
Up till the point of Vyasadeva, who compiled Srimad Bhagavatam, the general populace used to communicate with him in Sanskrit throughout the world. If it is so, how is that we are over 7,000 languages today?
So I'm not getting it. Come again.
Up till the point of Vyasadeva,
Uh-huh.
who compiled Srimad Bhagavatam,
Uh-huh.
the general populace used to communicate with him in Sanskrit. If so, how is that we have over 7,000 languages today?
See, first you got to understand, yes, Vyasadeva explained his son Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami explained to Parikshit Maharaj and other people in the audience, which is Sutta Goswami. Then Sutta Goswami explained to sages in the Naimisharanya. That is why it is spread. Okay, and now see, basically what I understood is after Prabhupada, and it is spread in a galloping way. Earlier it was there, so many people are written, and even Siddha Swamigal, so many other people, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Swami, and even Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is one of the beautiful version, and everyone reading Srila Vishwanath Thakur. From that onwards, once Prabhupada started writing, and it is spread into all other language. Even I know some of the books which is written by other people in various languages. That also equally good. The sloka is one and the same. Meaning also similar, but only the purport, their understanding is depending on their realization. If you look at Prabhupada or Srila Vishwanath Thakur, more or less similar, and what they realized, what they perceived, the way in which they explained to you, that you never ever leave the Bhagavatam. The taste, now I read a few other books also, but I never get the taste. But if you attend one of the Acharya class, at least first 3 sloka of Bhagavatam, if you look at it, is very difficult to understand for our material mind what they are trying to explain. I tried 1 year, 2 year, only the 3 sloka. It is difficult for me to understand how it is. Then I attended the class. These 3 sloka only, the first 3 sloka, first sloka take 1 month, they explained. Only 1 sloka, 1 month they explained, each day 1 hour. Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday is holiday. Like that, 1 sloka 1 month, and then next sloka another month. Like that I learned first 3 sloka, that is basic understanding. It says that Vastu Nirdesh verse, establishing the subject matter of entire Bhagavatam. The beauty of Prabhupada is, whenever you read Prabhupada, he want to give something take away from each and every verse. Even a beginner, if you are reading only 1 verse, you should have some takeaway from that verse. What I learned, what is the takeaway for me? Like that, he gives some takeaway. So, understand that key takeaway what Prabhupada want to explain, convey to you. So, that is the important. Once you understand the taste of the Bhagavatam, you love to finish as soon as possible. See, I started 3 years ago. So I finished only 3 canto. So we are starting 4th canto next week. It is every day, their class is every day. 1 hour every day, 1 hour or 1.5 hours, you can say 1.5 hours every day. But still the quality is extremely good. And they give each and every verse what is the key takeaway. What message Prabhupada want to convey. That is important. That you have to understand. So people who understand that, after that, okay, I want to do this in this language, it is there in every language. But whatever language you read, the language is only for your understanding purpose. But you have to understand the concept, what they want to convey. Say for example, if you look at the very first 2 sloka, anyone want to recite? First sloka of Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Janmatyasya Yadonvayat Idaratascharteshu Abhignaswarad Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayah Tejo Vari Mridam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Siddhisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kukaham Satyam Param Dhimahi. What Prabhupada was saying here, the key takeaway, 5 points. Number 1, establishing the absolute truth. That second point, that absolute truth has a form which is Krishna. You can meditate on Radha and Krishna. It is amrita, you can drink the nectar. By doing all these things, bhakti is the ultimate. Prema is the ultimate. You will get the bhakti. These 5 points, these explaining in the first verse. Like that, second verse, another 7, 8 points. Third verse, another 7, 8 points. All the important words, if you note it, and you can say the key word, key point, what Acharya want to convey. What the motive behind that verse Vyasadeva written. It is amazing. What is the connection between first verse to second verse? And it is well established, well sequential. That is the key. What is the next question? Oh, sorry, 1 minute. He want to. Tell me.
Just wondering, Narisol in India is quite repeat, expanding a big one. So it's depending, you say that it's having a big effect in reestablishing Sanatana Dharma and is the general Khan and India, so they reduced from the spread of Krishna consciousness.
See, thing is, 2 things we got to take it together. One is, now we are living in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga ashashvadam dukkhalayam. That is, it is not permanent and it is a miserable place. And Yuga Dharma will have happen always. So, up to the beginning of Kali Yuga, 1835, when the Britishers started invading India, at that time is the very beginning of Kali Yuga. Everything is very good. End of Devaraga, beginning of the Kali Yuga. And Kali Yuga keep going, and we have 432,000 years. It will gradually, the things will, Dharma will reduce only. Dharma, 4 legs in Satya Yuga. Triyadayuga 3 legs, Dwaparika 2 legs. Now it is Dharma standing in only 1 leg. So obviously, the effect of the Kali Yuga will be there, but yes, indeed, it is under the control wherever it is practiced, and wherever it is not practiced, it is not in control. That's what I can say. But this crime rate is there. It is not reduced. It is not reduced. It takes time. It is again based on the government. It is based on the people's attitude and mindset. So if the people, okay, I can do anything over this one, then obviously the crime rate will be higher. It's basically educating the people, everyone, and that is not that easy. Gradually we got to do. But here the population is less and people able to understand each other and the good governance in place, and you can't escape. That is a good thing. There are some places where the people can escape. That is a problem. So, yes, anything? Yes, please.
Is there any Upanishad or Purana apart from Srimad Bhagavatam named Lord Krishna, like Krishna Purana or Krishna Upanishad?
You can do Ishopanishad. That is the very first book written by Prabhupada. What is the beauty of Ishopanishad? That is the very first book. And one of the, if you read first 2 sloka of Ishopanishad, if you understand, then you know what is life. Only 2 sloka. I think in the invocation mantra is first Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyade Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Read, understand, then you will go somewhere else. I started chanting this one from the age of 5 without knowing what it is. Then at the age of 15, I know what the meaning of it, and I recited up to 30, 31, or till my before up to my marriage. After marriage, I stopped for 20 years, and then from 50 onwards, I started practicing again. First, I know only this mantra. Then I tasted this one nicely. Then I chanted all the 15 or 16 sloka is there in Ishopanishad. The best, the best. And that too first is 2 verse and then 15th verse. Beautiful. You have to taste it, not just reading and chanting. Slowly you got to chant and then taste it. Then you will enjoy. And you do first 2 sloka of Ishopanishad, your life will change. Anybody? Any other question? Hmm.
Does other religious scriptures are derivated from Vedas because I see a lot of similarities in other books, like Bible, Quran, Vedas.
Sorry, I can't comment because I have not read the other thing. I am not in a position to comment because I don't know. Some people used to comment, they used to compare and then say, but so it is based on again the faith and other thing. And then everyone has the right to follow their own scriptures. Yes. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, शिला प्रभुपाद की, श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ भगवान की, हरे कृष्णा. राम हरे हरे, कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे.